Hey,
All
everybody.
right, hello.
Happy Monday. We are back on the podcast.
On the podcast for another wonderful episode.
That's right, because
Yes.
it is Monday. So we're going to thank God for Monday because it's a
Yes.
great day. I mean,
It is a great day.
most people, they're too busy worrying about Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just jonesing for the next weekend. But us,
Yes.
because we're not going to do the normal thing, because we don't want the normal thing, because we don't want to end up sick and tired and poor and unhappy for the last half of our lives or the majority of our lives or the first half of our lives. We realize life is a gift.
It is a gift.
We woke up this morning.
We did. We have
And so
air
we're going
in
to be
our
grateful.
lungs. Like,
That's
there's
right.
so much to be grateful for. And I think that's such a winning key to life, right? Is having gratitude, because we all have so many things to be grateful for.
So many things.
Like, honestly. And if you can achieve gratitude, right? Because gratitude, like it determines your altitude. And if you can achieve gratitude, then you are actually beating most people in this life in terms of how successful you are.
That's true.
Because that is something that will genuinely bring you some of the greatest experiences of richness in life, is by being able to appreciate what you do have right now.
That's right. So this is the Revitalized Podcast.
Yes,
Thank
it
you
is.
guys for tuning in. I'm Justyn.
I'm Elle.
And today, we're just super happy, super grateful, as we think everybody should be on a Monday, because it's the start to another week. I mean, we get to live again.
do.
Like, we get to pursue our dreams. We get to grow our life. We get to build a family. We get to run our businesses. I mean, we get to do whatever it is that you do. You get to do it for 7 more days.
Yeah.
That's super cool, guys. That's awesome.
Every day is a new day. And I think, like, a lot of times people feel maybe stagnant and like they're stuck, right? Like, oh, it's just a continuation of yesterday. It's just a continuation of problems. But you see, it doesn't have to be. We can see it differently. We can see it in a way where there is more of a sense of lightness. There's more of a sense of beauty and richness in this life. And you think about how the world even seemed more vibrant when you were a kid, you know, and it wasn't necessarily because you were younger per se, but you can experience that brightness and that deeper, more vivid color when you look around yourself, when you look at your life, by simply changing your perspective, by tuning it just a little bit better, because that is so important for your health. And that is so important for your overall quality of life. And it really does matter. It's not just something fun to say, you know, like, and it isn't just for us as human beings when everything is going perfectly, because as if there's ever a time when everything is going perfectly anyways, right? It's something that all of us, if we want to have a better life, have to be able to do in order to have good physical health and good mental health and have just an overall good life, because we want a good life, right?
That's
we want
right.
a successful life.
And it is extremely, extremely hard to have a good life. Long, happy, successful, creative, filled with freedom, lots of time on your hands, lots of ability and power to do what you want to do, happiness, joy. It's very, very, very hard to have a good life if you're sick, if you don't have your health.
Yes.
I mean, it puts a strain and a stress on everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
It does. And it actually
gets harder.
It actually like he was saying, like Justyn was saying, makes it harder. It actually makes it more difficult for your brain to even see the good things in this life when you're dealing with your physical health.
That's right.
Problems.
So today, we want to just go on here real quick and just give all of you beautiful listeners, everybody in our audience, all you handsome men, you pretty ladies, and you super cute kids, whoever's listening,
Super cute kids.
super cute kids. I don't know what this is, but
That's like, I don't know, like you've never even done that with me. You should do that with me. Like, oh, you look so super cute today.
I think I've called you
I
cute
think
hundreds of
No,
thousands
you
of
definitely
times.
haven't. You've never done this before. That's cute. I love that. That's amazing. You should do that more often.
That's
You
not
found a new thing.
well. Okay,
Okay, keep going.
we're
Keep
gonna
going.
do that. Maybe, but anyways, just a little reminder that your health is so important.
Yes.
And if you have it, you gotta be like, you have a billion things to be grateful for if you have your health. because there are a billion things in your life that will be infinitely harder if you didn't. I mean, just the fact that you guys can watch this podcast today. If you're tuning in live, by the way, thanks everybody for watching live. If you're watching the recording later, just the fact that you have access to a cell phone or a computer, you got Wi-Fi, you're probably in a warm place right now. You're not outside freezing, because if you're outside in the middle of winter, in the middle of December, I don't think you're going to be holding up your phone, shivering, watching the podcast. If you are, that's crazy dedication. By the way, reach out to us. Let us know. We'll find some way to help you out, get you out of the cold. But if you have your health, you have so many things to be grateful for. You have so many things. You have the energy to be a good husband. You have the energy to be a good wife. You have the energy to be a strong parent, to be a good friend. You have the energy to be a business owner. You have the strength to go travel, to go on a vacation. You have the ability to move freely. You can go hike outside. Maybe you like the snow, maybe you don't like the snow, but it's a cool thing to be grateful for, the fact that you can walk in snow. Because think about how many people can't walk, and despite the fact that it's cold, they might love to go for a walk, and all they can do is roll around in a wheelchair. And it's tough to roll around in a wheelchair, extra tough to do that when there's ice and snow everywhere. There's a lot of things to be grateful for. So many things to be grateful for. And we just wanted to remind you guys to be grateful now before it's too late. Because if you're not grateful, you're going to take it for granted. And if you take something for granted long enough, eventually, you lose it. It's gone. You're not going to be young like you were anymore. You're not going to have the energy like you did anymore. You're not going to have the mental clarity, the cognitive function like you did anymore. The marriage won't be quite as exciting, won't be quite as spontaneous, won't be quite as passionate. The kids won't be so excited every time you come home because you can't spend an hour playing anymore. And eventually they're going to grow up and not going to want to play at all. So play while you can.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it wasn't that long ago when we were kids. That's why we remember it. Playing's freaking awesome. And for some reason, all of us seem to forget about it every once in a while. And we got to get back to playing a little bit more. But that's a separate podcast. But today, just if you're hearing our voices, if you're listening to us this morning, thank God for another Monday.
Yeah.
Like, even if you don't believe in him, just thank God for Monday. Be grateful that you have another week, that you woke up this morning, that you can look at the world. You can do whatever you want in it. Whatever you want. The world is literally your oyster. If you have your health, you have unlimited options. You can go where you want, do what you want, say what you want for as long as you want. And that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And if you don't have your health, that's okay. You can still be grateful for the fact that you are alive, which means that you can get your health back.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because you know what, beautiful people, is like, if you're alive, there's still hope.
That's right.
Okay. So, you know,
that's right.
I was even asked earlier today, like, hey, when is the part of like no return where it literally cannot get better? You know, where life like can't get better. And it's like, if you're dead.
That's right.
That was my answer. That was my answer.
That's right.
Because, guys, just how it's easy for people to know that things can get worse, we have to be capable of understanding that things can get better.
Totally.
And we can see through the right choices, things can get better. But that starts with hope. That starts with believing. You know, it's as, for example, if you want to be happy, you have to at least start with believing that you can be happy. Because there isn't a genuine reason why you can't eventually be happier. Like, there isn't actually a real reason. There are people who have been through war and been able to be happy. There have been people who have been through deep traumas and been able to be happy, gone through horrible, horrible things and still been able to be happy. And sure, it's a process. But the same thing is with health too. You know, bad things happen. That's not going to stop. But you can have a better time in the way that you respond to situations by never giving up. Never giving up your hope. Your hope will only leave you if you let it. And you don't have to let your hope leave you. You can hold on to it. You can keep it. And you can have it give you that strength to know that even if the tunnel is dark right now, there is light at the end of it. You know, there really, really, really is. And that there are ways that we can improve our health. There are ways we can improve our lives. There are ways that we can improve our mental health. You know, regardless of where you're at right now. you can have a better life. You can be happier. Mm-hmm. And then usually when people hear that, it's like, okay, well, how? Well, it starts again with hope. But just as how you are not the only human being who has been in your situation and gotten out of it, you can also be yet another human being in a very, very, very long line of human beings that have been able to be successful and been able to overcome hard situations. Mm-hmm. You can be yet just another person who's been able to do that. And you just need the right support. And that's part of the reason why we're trying to do this podcast. We're trying to raise awareness to help give people hope, to help them to understand that their health can be better. We know that people just need some support.
They need some support. Mm-hmm. They need the right plan.
Yes.
And then got to take a few steps to execute on it. But it's doable. I mean, we've seen people literally on their deathbed come back. And they're hiking, riding horses, loving their kids again. Anything's possible. Anything's possible. And I mean, ultimately it just comes down to one simple question. Do you plan on waking up tomorrow?
Yeah.
If you do, try to come up with one good reason why living tomorrow without hope is better than living tomorrow with hope. One, you won't be able to because there isn't one. Because that's a stupid thing.
Try to prove us wrong.
It's a silly thing to not have hope. It's a silly thing to go through life and all the minutes, all the hours, all the days that you could be happy, you spend that same amount of time being sad. And now, don't get us wrong. We're not saying it's just super easy. You just flip this switch in your head and then all of a sudden your life is perfect. No. But the pursuit of a better life is always better than the acceptance of a life you don't want. Like
exactly.
Always, every time, forever. And that's not going to change.
Again, like Justyn's saying, life is not going to be perfect, but shouldn't we do everything that we can to increase our chances of having a better life?
Because you're going to live anyway.
You're going to live anyways.
So why not put all your time and your energy and your attention and your heartache and your struggle and your work and everything you got into living a better life? Like, what is the point of pessimism? What's the point of hopelessness? What is the reason to choose to be sad instead of choosing to be happy? There's no good reason. Is it hard? Absolutely. Is it always easy? Heck no. Can you do it by yourself? Probably not. But those aren't reasons to not try. Those aren't reasons to not work at it. Those aren't reasons to not put a smile on your face because your face can still smile.
If you give up hope, you are totally cutting yourself off from opportunity of improvement.
That's right.
So regardless of where that hope may be that you're struggling with, you're cutting that hope off if you allow it to leave you.
That's right.
So that can be hope for better health. That can be hope for, a better relationship. That can be hope for, a better financial situation, whatever it may be. There is a way. And it's not just, in your perspective, of course. It is an action. But there is a way forward.
That's right.
You just can't give up.
So long story short, the main message from today, if you listen to anything, listen to this. Don't worry. Be happy. You know what I'm saying? Wagwan. You know what I'm talking about? So guys, life is good.
Yes,
life is good. Even when life is terrible, life is good. Even if you're going through a war, which if you're watching this podcast, we can almost guarantee you're not going through a war. Even if you're going through a war, wars end. You still have family. You still have friends. You still have people around you. You still have a future. You still have a tomorrow. As long as your heart's still beating, life is a good thing. Life is a gift, and it can be absolutely amazing. And this is coming from people who have seen not the worst the world has to offer. Don't get me wrong. There's some people that have gone through infinitely worse things than us. But we've been through some pretty hard times. We've seen some pretty dark things. We've had some pretty deep sorrow. And we're just telling you that being happy, being grateful, it's better than being sad. It's better than being lonely. It's better than being miserable. And there is no reason on earth at all, ever, why you too, yes, you, cannot be happy also, cannot be grateful also, cannot be excited, cannot be compassionate, empathetic, cannot have a lot of good feelings going on in this big old heart of yours.
Yeah.
That's about to get a whole lot bigger. But to switch gears a little bit, we wanted to talk about the win of the day.
Yes.
Someone that we're super, super proud of, super grateful for. I wanted to highlight and shout out Frank.
Frank?
That was a terrible drum roll, but you get the idea.
It's okay. We'll take that out in post. No, I'm kidding.
That's right. Well, we can't because it's a live stream.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Frank, I'm proud of you, brother. When you're watching the podcast, I just want to say you're doing a good thing, my man. For any of you guys that don't know, just a little recap on Frank. Within his first 3 days, literally just getting more hydrated. That was it. All we changed so far in the first few days was just his water. We've done a couple more things now, so that's good. But in his first few days, no longer needed caffeine and didn't need pre-workout to have a good workout anymore, which when you're an owner of a boxing gym and all you do is train all day long, that's pretty important.
Yeah, and have a kid too.
That's right.
Yeah, so that's a lot.
But the main thing is just that he's getting some energy back. He's getting some energy back, and he's able to play with his daughter. He's able to run his gym. He's able to live his life. And it sounds like a simple thing, but that's really why we wanted to highlight it, because no, he didn't beat cancer. No, he's not healing from a brain tumor. No, he didn't survive a near-death experience. But if you have lived your life without enough energy, you know what that's like.
Yeah.
You know the kind of stress and the pressure and how hard that is, especially when you got kids, especially if you're a parent, especially if you're a parent and a business owner, especially if you're a parent and a business owner and your business is literally moving and training all day long and getting hit in the face and hitting people in the face, because that's what boxing is. It's a lot. So for Frank to get more energy, it's a simple thing, but it's a really, really awesome thing, because just waking up and naturally feeling good without needing a coffee, without needing a stimulant, without needing drugs, without needing alcohol, without needing some of these coping mechanisms that a bunch of people have got hooked on these days, without having to check their phone for a dopamine hit because they got a new Instagram like it's just awesome. And it's simple, and it's not the biggest thing in the world, but when you go from not having energy to actually having energy again, it's a huge thing. It's a huge thing. I mean, we've seen people that are literally suffering more just because of fatigue than some folks who are dealing with terminal illnesses.
Yeah.
Like they're having a harder time just because they have no energy left to do anything.
Or to care.
Yeah. And
that's a huge part of it.
Freaking rough. It's super rough.
It is.
So I just want to give you a shout out, Frank, because you're putting in a lot of work. He's been super consistent with Chronometer, which I love.
That's our nutrition tracking app.
He's been awesome.
That we put people on.
He's been awesome with Chronometer. And he's been putting in the work. He's been consistent. And so I just want to give you a shout out, Frank. You're doing awesome, brother. I'm proud of you. And it's just the beginning. We're going to keep the energy going up.
Absolutely.
Going to keep the punches hitting harder. It's going to be phenomenal.
Absolutely.
All right? So win of the day, shout out, Frank. You're doing great, buddy. You're doing great. Now, to shift gears again, we got some questions. We want to do a little bit of Q&A with you guys. So we got a few questions. First one, how can the same food be healthy for one person and be awful for another?
The same way. Sorry.
That's a good question, by the way.
It is a good question. It is a good question. Here's the thing. There's two parts to this equation. One is what you're eating. The second part is the way you're able to digest that food, right? So just as how different people have different allergies, right? A person can have a problem with nuts and another person can't. It doesn't mean that nuts are bad. We know that nuts are very healthy. In fact, there's something that are very heavily recommended in a lot of ways. And there's aspects to that, making sure we sprout them and we source them correctly. They don't have mold, et cetera, et cetera. But overall, we have to look at those two elements. You got to source clean nuts. We have to look at those two elements to that equation. The actual food itself and how you're able to digest them. And that is the reason why foods can be a lot healthier for certain people and then less healthy or even awful for other people. It's exactly the same as how allergies work, okay? But in the same way, we have seen people go from having severe reactions to food, to different types of foods, food intolerances and such, and then able to add that into their diet as something even regular. Right. And again, because it wasn't that the food was bad, it was because it was the way that their body was responding to it. And when we were able to help their body to know that that food was safe and it was something healthy for them and it was something that they could digest efficiently, then automatically their body accepted it and it was something that was well integrated into their diet, into their lifestyle.
That's right. And one of the biggest ways that everybody can do that, can improve digestion, is actually through the diversity of your gut microbiome. The gut microbiome is a huge topic. Everybody talks about it. A lot of people have big buzzwords around it. One of the simplest, easy principles to understand is just you need to have a lot of different strains of good bacteria. And when that microbiome becomes more sterilized through chemicals or toxins or poor diet or in general just
less
stress,
variety,
autoimmune issues, et cetera, a lot of those bacterial strains, a lot of those bacterial species, they start to die off. And when certain types of bacteria are not in your gut, certain jobs don't get done, like the digestion of certain types of foods, the production of certain kinds of enzymes, different things like that. And when you have a couple of those problems all coming together, it can cause lots of digestive issues. And it's like Elle nailed it on the head. It's not that the food is bad. It's just that there's a digestive problem. So if we fix the digestive problem, the healthy food can be healthy again. And again, one of the biggest ways that happens is just through people's gut microbiomes getting sterilized, getting killed off. Lots of different species, lots of different strains. The numbers going way down. And then everything has to work 5, 10, 20 times harder just to get the same job done, if it even can at all, because those bacteria aren't there to do their jobs, to help with digestion, help with absorption, help with your immune system, help with your nervous system. And it's just not a good thing when that happens. So one of the easiest ways, spend some time looking into how to repopulate your gut microbiome. We got a couple episodes on it. We'll do more in the future. And if you get that done, like most digestive problems are going to see a big, big boost just from helping the gut microbiome.
Absolutely.
It's not the answer to everything, but it's going to have a big effect on a lot of stuff.
It is. That's a regular thing that we do in order to help people with digesting healthy food efficiently.
Yeah.
So, they're getting the most bang for their buck with what they're eating.
Exactly.
And a great way to look at it as an analogy is when you look at nature, when you look at healthy, forests or jungles or different places like this, right? It's very diverse. They have a lot of different animals, a lot of different plants and herbs and flowers and this and that. The only places where we mostly really only see one type of plant is a man-made structure. It's different farms and areas in agriculture where it has to be manually managed and very tightly observed in order for that one singular type of plant to exist, right? But when we look at a natural place where those types of places have existed for a very long time, they have they've gotten past the winters and the pests and the animals and this and that. It's because they're very, very, very diverse. And so you want your gut very diverse, just like, what we see in nature.
Exactly. Exactly. Next question. Am I eating too much or not enough? We don't know you, so I can't answer that directly. I don't know for sure how much you're eating or not eating. But what I can tell you is that what you don't measure, you cannot manage.
Yes.
If you do not track your food to look at your macronutrients, your micronutrients, your calories, your food variety, time that also with your bowel transit rate, your bowel movements, indigestion symptoms, bowel transit time, bowel transit quality, blah, 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 all those things. If you don't just actually pay attention and look at things and write some stuff down or put it in an app or take photos or do some kind of recording of the data so you can go back and review that data. There's no data to look at. There's no conclusions to come to. It's very hard to know. So, unless you have years of experience studying nutrition, analyzing your diet, testing, asking, questioning, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work, it's very, very, very hard to answer that question unless we actually know what you're eating. So the best piece of advice, if you're unsure, if you're curious, am I getting enough calories? Am I getting enough protein? Am I getting enough vitamin C or vitamin B12? Am I getting enough anything? Use a in-depth science-based nutrition tracker. Our personal favorite is Chronometer. We love Chronometer. We use it with every single client. It's amazing. Again, shout out Frank because he's using Chronometer a lot. Oh my God. Like a big guy. It's awesome. So just easiest way, monitor for a week, monitor for 2 weeks, monitor for 3 weeks, and then you can manage it. Because if you don't know, you don't know. And it's like one of the things that we tell people is if you don't track your food, don't track your workouts, don't track your bowel movements, don't track your sleep, don't measure these kinds of things, it's like always opening up your bank account and then not being able to see how much money you have and never knowing if you're going to be able to make rent or going to be able to make your phone bill or going to be able to make gas. It's always a guessing game. You look it up and it's just a blank number. You can't see anything. And then people try to do that with their health bank all the time.
Yeah.
With their food. It's crazy.
Unfortunately.
Right?
And one of the best ways that you can also know if it is enough or if it isn't enough is how you feel after you eat.
Yeah.
You want to feel light. You want to feel energized. You want to feel satiated.
That's right.
And you want to feel clear-headed as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a big aspect to it. And obviously we could go into that whole question a lot
more.
But
and
that's all we have for today.
If just one more little point. Right. If there's lots of hunger going on, a lot of the time people can confuse hunger for dehydration.
Yes.
That's a huge one.
That is a huge
or
one.
A specific nutritional deficiency.
Yes.
So a lot of the time people are deprived of protein or a couple minerals or some vitamins or something, and their body is sending out signals that I need more food.
Yeah.
And you interpret that as I need more calories. Most of the time, especially with the Western pattern diet, and most people just stuff in their face full of ultra-processed foods and a bunch of crazy crap that is not even food, it's just food like products.
Yeah, it's not efficient fuel.
You don't need more calories, you need more nutrients.
Yes.
All right? So that was it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you got something good out of this one. If you like it, like it. If you want to share it, share it. If you got something good from it, pass it on to the next person. Double it and pass it on to the next person.
Absolutely.
So we can share more goodness with the world. And ultimately, again, don't forget, you have your health. Life is a great thing. Be grateful, smile, help people, and prioritize your health before it's too late so you don't ever lose it. Because if you lose it, that sucks. And it makes everything in life harder and worse.
Exactly.
Everything becomes harder and everything becomes worse. And I don't know why, but I just sounded like Jerry Seinfeld. But anyway,
okay.
It's been the Revitalized Podcast. I'm Justyn.
I'm Elle, and God
Thank
bless
you guys for watching. Have an amazing day. See you in the next one.
Thank you guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.